What the lesson was to the mass of people is there is an establishment. We have Tweedledum and Tweedledee. We oscillate between the Republican and the Democrat. Nothing much changes. And if you do want to change, the only allowable place is to go to the right, because the left was anathema. The left was evil. We had a purge of people on the left after World War II. Very serious. We didn't have a comparable purge of people on the right. The American people were taught there's really two options, this consensus and the right. You see that in many European countries too. You've developed, they copied the United States, you develop this core middle. But if people don't want the middle anymore and begin to ask themselves, what else is there? What they've had, what has been available, is the right-wing alternative, so they go there. If you develop a serious left-wing alternative, then you're going to see, which is going to shock people, but it shouldn't, you're going to see that a good percentage of those who went to the right will go to the left, because that alternative is more attractive to them. And the best example we see right now is France. The people in France who are in power, the big bloc in the assembly, majority bloc. No, that's wrong. Plurality blocks. It's not a majority. Is the left. It put four parties together, ran them as a unified party, and ends up the largest bloc in the assembly, to the shock and the end of Mr. Macron's career, for sure, etc. And there's no reason to believe that that's unique to France. You see a right wing in France, to show the point, but it's not big enough. The left wing is bigger. Nobody should be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened here. But for that to happen, there has to be one of the things that was foreclosed in this country, which is a left wing, because it was rendered the evil communist other for so long that nobody has had yet the key to bring the existing left into a position where it could be an alternative change from the consensus. So Mr. Trump sits there all alone. Another way to understand it, which is consistent, is to see that in the second part of the undoing of the New Deal, the Democratic Party succeeded in attracting the support and the money of a large number of American megacorporations. They had always favored the Republicans. They still do. If you look at where the money goes, it's very clear. But the Democrats were able to get Silicon Valley portion of them and others. And that was an existential threat to the Republicans. Because if the Democrats can continue to get the unions, the women, the minorities, a disproportionate number of working class people, and they get the money, the Republicans are done. What they can get, given their history, the Christian conservatives, the white supremacists, and so on, they're dead. They lose. And they did, one election after another. So they made the decision, or rather Trump did, or the people around him, okay, if an end run of the Democrats was to get some of our supporters the money, we've got to do a comparable end run around them, which we will. We'll start talking to the working class. We'll outdo the Democrats with the working class the way they have outdone us with the financial supports we used to count on to be a viable political operation.